Like to tell you the strangest secret in the world.
Ooh.
Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize
What's
winner,
up, friends?
was being
Happy
interviewed
Thursday.
in London,
Number
and
one,
a reporter
number two.
asked him, Doctor, what's wrong with
In
men
here
today?
too, you know.
The great
Hey,
doctor was
what's up,
silent
sunflowers?
a moment,
Happy Thursday
and then he
night,
said,
friends.
Men simply don't think.
Biz,
And it's
Seymour,
about this that I want
sunflowers,
to talk
happy
with you.
Thursday. How are you doing? Oi, Drum! What's up, friend? Drum, I'm, oh, a good one. A good one. You ever question if you should smoke that shit or not? Let me show you what my question. Look at this. I just poked it. Sorry for poking it. See, it looked fine just a second ago. It's a little ambery. A little ambery. Smells fine. I like it. I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna tell you how it is. You guys can you can have the rest of it if I don't make it through it. Hey, the underneath is a little older. Not scared. I want to smoke the shit out of the Egyptian tombs, so it can be a little older. We'll be fine. Hey, look at that. What's up, Jay? You beautiful ass man. Golly, woo! Oh, Drum, I'm pumped for tomorrow too. I'm trying to. I don't even want to say it because it's gonna get jinxed. I would like to, if all things work out, I would like to be there tomorrow too. I'm trying so hard. I've got a decent amount of things. But I saw the post and I was like, fuck, maybe I should just do that. And I would love to see y'all perform live. I desperately want to. So please don't hate me if I don't for even mentioning it, but I promise you it's like literally something that I want to do desperately. But I know that you guys are doing more things, so like I'm super pumped about it.
And it's about this that I
Sunflowers, congratulations. Let's fucking go. Where are you going? Oh, with that Earl. I'm telling you, this is one of my more favoritist ones. I've been playing it pretty good. Played it a lot. It would also the weather would be a possible factor in that also. I just did karate. Does anybody want to chooch something with me? Because I'm gonna chooch something. Feels right. What are you doing, sunflowers? Retracted. Bring the message back? Oh wait. Oh, it's gonna work. Sometimes you gotta find out if there's too much oil at the bottom. I should really clean this thing.
I was under the ground. My friends and family were buried all around, and a worm took a bite of me, and then it washed it down
no,
with a
sunflower.
bite of you.
No.
The same worms that eat me will someday eat you too. They're gonna eat you.
Listen, not my favorite experience. Oh, I imagined it to be the cold beef. No.
They become the same when our bodies decompose. You turn into dirt someday, same
It's okay, we're really terpy. Very terped up.
And a two becomes a three. The same worms that eat me will someday eat you too.
Oh no, you went to the ER. Wow, I'm sorry to hear it.
Nibbled on your feet and they nibbled on my toes. They become the same when our bodies decompose.
Special to me. I'm quite a big fan of yours.
Same dirt as me.
Um,
Like one becomes a two.
Oh God, do I have a great thought to process here in a minute, but I'm gonna go through this. I think. Has anybody smoked anything good lately? I'm gonna tell you all what. I've smoked a few things that have been fantastic lately, and I will tell you if you happen to see this out there in the world, you should consume some of it yourself. Yeah, if you went to ER11, damn, I'm sorry to hear it. But I'm glad you're in here typing now. What was I talking about? Anybody smoked anything good lately? Oh, the things I've smoked that have been good. You gotta check this out. Alright. Blueberry clementine infused joint. Oh. Okay. What a smoke, my friends. The other thing, too, you guys have probably heard me say something about a Jeter once or two times in my life. And let me tell you what. Fantastic they are. Yeah, but anywho, be back later. I'll miss you already, Sunflower. See you soon. What up, Dudley? My guy.
We got the same worms. We got the same worms, baby.
I smoked this blueberry clementine joint. This is what I've been trying to get out of my mouth hole, alright? The blueberry clementine joint is amazing. You put the infused blueberry clementine. 8 pretty decently experienced cannabis consumers were consuming this joint. And we got to the point where 3 or 4 of them stopped. And then the 2 of us that finished it, obviously me and Ganja Toker, we destroyed the rest of this joint in glorious fashion, but then I forgot how to do math for a minute. It was nice. It felt great, to be quite honest with you. So if anybody's looking for a good smacking, boy, do I recommend it. But I also, too, smoked a... Y'all have heard me talk about the Jeters, right? Love me a Jeter, okay? I'll put the pinky up for them. But now listen, the pinky up Jeters are these little gold top ones. Has anybody in this chat had a gold top Jeter? Like a live resin infused gold top Jeter? It is salsa. Oh, I love fucking Jeter drums. I'm the fucking Jeter king of the world. Oh, them cannons. You're gonna punch somebody in the head with that. And drum. If you have the ability, you do, because you can come see me. If you have the ability to get you one of those fucking blueberry clementine infused joints, get you one. That's something that'll put you where you belong. You know what I mean? And it tastes so good. Blueberry clementine. Let's find some time. I'll let you in this mind of mine. We'll travel places far and wide. The stars will be our guide. Tonight I know how hard we've tried, but still we're getting hardly by. So let's just try to enjoy the ride. Let's go, we're going towards the sky. Oh, please do. Oh, I fucking love Jeters. Yeah. The Illinois ones haven't even hit. I don't, well, I know that, have they hit the Illinois market yet, Trump? Well, I work tomorrow. I'll be there. But have you seen the moon tonight? That shit too bright, and I haven't slept in like 2 nights. Forgive me if I'm a fool tonight, but have you seen the moon tonight? Got my mood right, don't know if I do it right. Don't know what to do with life, but have you seen no, I don't blame. And honestly, you know what? I've got some stuff I need to put in the car again for you. I sure did. Right? Thank you.
you seen tonight? Got my mood right. Don't know if I do it right.
Well,
Don't know what to do with life.
to see you soon,
But have you
friends.
seen the moon tonight? That shit too bright, and I haven't slept in like 2 nights. Forgive me if I'm a fool. But have you seen
Wait,
the
whoa. Whoa, okay, wait. Why has it been a stressful week? We can fix that with a Jeter. I promise. Oh, man, you'll feel right. But you gotta get the gold cap ones. Oh, my goodness. Me and the good friend Rafito, we fucking chooched one. My God. I was, for a minute there, I was a little bit like, hey, pal, that's a bit, huh? I feel that, huh? I'm getting soft in my old age here, friends. Golly. I'm over here, I've been preaching proper dosing for too long. I'm over here thinking, you know, if you do it right, that's okay. Now I get whacked. Now, it's probably because what the hell they're putting in this stuff. Just raw THC and... Eee. Lisa? What is going on, Angelo? Hello? Oh my God, what is going on? How are you this evening? Oh no. Oh my God, that is so awesome. Oh, Lisa, I appreciate you so much. How are you? Angelo, thank you for chiming in. Oh, that's super fire. Oh, you know, guys, I do, we haven't been on Two Dope Dudes in like 2 or 3 weeks. Speaking of, where the hell is Guapo at? Man, somebody, Biz, if you're here, shoot the man a message. What are we doing? No, we haven't been, me and Guap haven't done a show in Aaron, for Two Dope Dude friends. We haven't done a show in probably 2 or 3 weeks, it feels like. That young man is getting himself a new house. He's in the process of moving, so he's a busy guy, and I take the time. It's the holidays, it's everything, and it's been a, you know, I miss hanging out and talking the cannabis stuff, but that's why I do it here all the time. Gotta talk my cannabis talk, gotta give my little my spiel. I've got a good one for tonight, too. You guys ready for this? Oh, God. That laid off with? Oh my God, drum. Sheesh. You know what? I mean, I'm pretty cooked. Oh, you know what? I got a good smoke in my pocket right now, actually. Let me get a little chooch off this thing. I'm gonna send another one in the air to you. I know some people don't like carts. They're against. I'm not. I like this one a lot too. Pineapple Express from the old Verano, you know, for those who need to know. I do like the Verano line of Essence carts. Watermelon, Bombsicle, Pineapple Express. Did I say Strawberry Cough? Because if I didn't, that's the best one.
Things were looking bad. Seemed like total silence.
Oh no, drum. Oh, you know what though? I mean, don't look at it. Well, I mean, trust me, there's plenty of this sucks in it, but right, like, there's some solace in that, right? Like, you win afterwards, right? Like, and it's not to be whatever, but like, maybe that's it, right? We all unfortunately have that thing. Oh man, I am not Elisa. I wish Guap was in here because I'm quite sure he would know where you could find some tickets for that. I don't know. And it is, Drum. There's plenty of right. Like there's never a right time for anything. I've been really. I think I've been going through quite a bit of the, and I think it's because of the great weather too. But I've been going through a little bit more meditative moments, I would say, about life and all the things going on around us, and I've had some pretty good mental clarities and breakthroughs and places of comfort for myself, right? We're all a little bit different, but I think, you know, there is a very bitterness to some of the stuff, but then, like, how great is it that we get to do what we get to have the experiences we do? And a lot of them can be painful or sufferable or whatever, but there'll be another good time. You can reassure yourself of it, right? We all know that. There's plenty of, I mean, we know the things we could set up around ourselves to go have a good time with. And if we look at all of only the negative, then we'll dwell in the negative, but we have to in some way find the ability to look towards the positive at some, right? And even if, you know, it's really hard to self-deprecate at times, to not self-deprecate, right? Where you really are a defeatist against yourself. But it's not like a lot of times we're taking the weight of the world on, and it's not ours to own. But anyway, I just say, you know, it kind of ties into what I've been trying to say here, or what I'm going to get at for as far as my point. Here we go. Health issues I've been dealing with. Listen, now Drum, this is a big thing too. Health issues is specifically what I want to talk about tonight. For a moment, I had a thought that stuck with me, and then I dwelled on it, and I really, it's turned into something that I'm going, man, that, you know what? We all are kind of probably behind the 8 ball. Hold on. And that's it, Drum. Stick to the things that you love and that you appreciate. Now, this is specifically, I guess that kind of ties into. Even when we do, or we try to do things now, it can be very hard to be healthy. Even when we, even if we take the extra steps, right? And some of us, it almost, you have to be one of the big brains, right? To know the full way to take care of yourself. But then not only do you have to be a big brain, and it doesn't, I mean, listen, be smart to anything. We all are very smart to certain things, right? But health, which literally starts with, well, one, I think your head. I always say your head because people who've got bad heads just can't do the rest of it. But it's the food that we eat, and none of us are willing to. I saw one of the greatest things today. It was and I don't mean to be graphic by any means, but it was a dissection of 2 pigs that were grown on in the same farm, but on 2 different sides of a fence, where one was given like soy and corn and wheat and like different like fattening things, and then the other one was left to graze on like the ground or just whatever like was left in whatever, but it was like natural, earthy stuff. And the dissection of the 2, the one is just packed fucking so thick, full of fat and whatever. We're constricting the organs. The organs aren't working well, but if we think that we're going, oh, it's only around my gut, it's only around my side, whatever. Like, we're all natural to a little bit of excess, right? But think about what that has to be doing to our brains too. Just how, because especially when it's like, there's a lot of drugs that go into just our food as a whole, right? Because if you ask me, sugar, it's a drug, right? Caffeine, it's a drug. The fact that we have those things, and we not only we use them in sports medicines and in higher classes of medicines where people are actually some of the elites of the world. And it's not that all sugars are bad in any capacity, but is Gatorade the best way to do it? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not, listen, here and there, which one's the best? Is it yours? Is it this is my whole point. How are we supposed to dissect between the fucking one package or the other package? Or is it the bottling? Is it the canning? Does the microplastics in here gonna get you? Is it have you baked it in the can? Has it been sitting in the can too long? Now that's leaching metals into it. There's so many aspects of, even when you try to act healthy in the food sources, it's very hard to find something that isn't genetically modified or altered by some extent, isn't blasted with some kind of corn oil or sugar or excess. There's a lot of things that are used as preservatives and flavor additives and things that we use to pleasurize the sources of life that we all have. And I think it's more detrimental. I don't think it's more detrimental. I know it's more detrimental, and we can see so. When I said we call it drugs, right? Even when, and you guys have heard me talk about when the to-be president was speaking to Theo Vaughn on drugs, right? Drugs are terrifying. Drugs have forced people to do tons of really wild things, and we've made massive precautionary measurements to stop drug use. There's been wars against drugs. Drugs currently in America, I mean, we can all add it up together, right? I think like opiates are somewhere in like the 50,000, 60,000 range. I'm not quite sure. That's a fuck ton of people. I think alcohol is something like 100,000, maybe a bit more than that. I think the cigarettes, I think those are like, I think that might even be like closer to 250,000, 400,000, something like that. Look at different statistics, whatever, and you'll find that, so like drugs, and then, I mean, you can probably put narcotics in there. That's probably 10,000, you know, amphetamine, like those things probably carry $10,000-$20,000, you know, I said dollars almost, life tolls. And then, so you add all that up, and maybe you're 500,000, you're 500,000, right? And that's a lot of lives. When we're talking 300 million people in America, 330 million, I think, something close to 340, whatever the hell it is. If you're talking 500,000 people, right? That means 1 in 600 people are dying from fucking drugs, right? But you just heard me say a few moments ago that sugar is also a drug. It's a drug that we don't wage a war against. It's a drug that none of us really talk about. But diabetes kills somewhere in about the 2 million people a year, I think. Obesity it kills in the range of did I say billion? I meant 2 million people a year. Now, if that's the case, we're talking that sugar kills somewhere in about 1 in 150 people, right? So you're 4 times more likely to die from sugar than you are drugs. Yet in our minds, we carry this negative sensation and this horrible fucking uh, perception of some things that even yous and I's are talking and going, wait a minute, this is medicine. This is something that actually could help people if used in proper doses and at the right rates. This thing, I've seen it in anecdotally. I've watched it across from me in human flesh do everything, right? Like, I mean, I've seen the cancer cessation. I've watched cancer go away from people, and they're still to this day cancer free. I've watched epileptic seizure drop by hundreds a month, right? I've seen some of the cool. I watch people with walkers not use walkers. I've watched people that fucking were super overweight become not overweight. I've watched people who were diabetic not become diabetic. And it's not that they're not diabetic, it's they became non-insulin dependent with only the change of using cannabis. That's the only thing that some of these people have ever claimed was the difference maker in them being whatever they were and what they are now. So, like, how do we keep calling something drugs and we argue against, but then all of us are so okay with the food source? And I think that it sucks because a lot of people probably actually try and care enough. They don't have enough information, and we've made it more. It's not that it's tough to digest and to understand, it's tough to commit to, right? Because they've made it into this thing where the only way to eat healthy is to diet. Well, dieting to some people is to stop eating negatively, right? But dieting is a style of eating. And we've just really convoluted what people should do or how you should do, and picking certain ones. Why would I pick this versus that? What is the benefit to doing one or the other? And when some people are surviving as carnivores, some people are surviving as vegan, you know what I mean? Like, how do we pick what we should do? And it's I don't know what the real answer is to it. Do we continue to send people under the knife as the corn-fed, obese, whatever? Or do we work towards a collective new that obviously has to be better, right? How do we take care of ourselves? And I think, like, with cannabis, we have a good tool to use as a medicine, but we're not taking care of our health all the way with cannabis, right? That's not health care and then we're done. That's why I talk the way that I do all the time. It's not just I want to sit here and beat cannabis ideas into you, because it's far more than just doing cannabis. And using it as the tool and properly using it, oh my God, can you make some impacts to yourself? But psychologically, the things we can do for ourselves, with, you know, just a little CBT, just a little cognitive behavioral therapy, just a little talk session with some friends to check ourselves, to go, hey, where are we at? Where do you stand? Where do I stand? Where's the common agreeable ground here? Where is a place where all of us can coexist, but not only coexist, but like thrive? Why don't you deserve to? I mean, I'm sure that a lot of you out there go, well, hey, I hope you survive and thrive, but I mean it genuinely backwards. So why, if all of us are doing it, can't we just spread that out a little bit further? And I know that it's super foreign. I think it's something just regularly wired inside of us, right? Oh my God, Lisa, this is the best. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If that is one of the coolest, you know, like, it's Elisa to the T, right? I know that, oh, I'm so sorry. Guap, what's up, brother? Hey, Guap, Elisa's looking for tickets to the event on Blue Island. In Blue Island. Do you know where she can find those? Blue Island event on Saturday. Oh, you just go at the door? Oh, you're good then. Bingo, bango, Elisa. Yeah. Or check Spliff Society's Instagram. Oh, I love old Spliff Society. But I had this thought in my head of how many people are actually giving a good effort towards taking care of themselves, but even if they do, and then you're getting something that has genetically modified whatever, and it has pesticides, and it has whatever, even if the thing itself at the core might be okay and good for you, is what's on the outside good for you? And I think that's like the big thing with cannabis too, and that's why like a lot of like WAP and that core group of the growing friends that we got are so particular about what they get, because why would I consume some trash? Why would I consume something that's been genetically modified or squeezed or salted or whatever it is that they say? And I get it, right? Like, why can't we just go with the raw, natural, real thing? And when our parents used to say that cannabis was better, is that why? Because we weren't pushing it, we weren't forcing it to try and get the highest THC yield that we could, right? Because that's what a lot of people have gone to growing cannabis for, is both yield of plant itself, but yield of the cannabinoids themselves, and THC being the abundant one.
Get your act together, we could be just fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. You gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover,
Smells like it. All right.
Taking is too easy.
Clean medicine. Yeah, I'm with that.
Oh, what do you think about that? Yeah, you know how I feel.
Oh,
Say you
guap.
can handle my love. Are you for real? Are you for real? I won't be hasty. I'll give you a try.
Oh, I love that.
I'll tell you what I want.
It's a
So tell me what you want. What you really want.
for people who turn it into a passion project and they make it something that they take pride in, and you actually respect it and you do the thing. I think that you pouring love into it will eventually pour love back into you. So whatever you need from that thing, that's kind of what cannabis is. And maybe that's some hippie woo-woo shit, but I genuinely have forever said that cannabis is the honeybee of plants, right? It just absorbs whatever its surroundings are, and it becomes the thing that surrounding needs. In the same way that like Bruturalis and sativas and indicas have all come about from the different geographical locations that they've originated from, so too would the plant that you have originate from you. And that's why often if you go to California and you have some cannabis, and then you go to Colorado and you have some cannabis, and then you come to Illinois and you have some cannabis, and then you go to Michigan and you have some cannabis, it's all just across the board at the base level. It's all different, even from the same cultivators, because cultivators exist from state to state. We can't transport product over state line, right? They might be able to get away with getting some clones over there or something, but the environment in which they grow in, the atmosphere in which they grow in, even being a few 100 feet lower in sea level, because we don't know the difference. I mean, I think we here sit 600-800 feet above sea level, where And maybe I'm a quackadoo. I don't really know.
If you wanna be my
Who knows? Oh, Coach Nice. Oh, that is awesome. That is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. How dope. I honestly, yeah, I think it's one of the neater things. I think at some point in my life, it'll have to be something I do. But I think I gotta have way more gray hairs. Alright? No offense. Just for me personally, I feel like that's when I'll start to do it. When I'm like, you know what else am I supposed to do? And then I'll be like, I got an idea. Here. There. Oh, brother. My guy right there. These guilty feet have got no rhythm, so it's easy to pretend. Oh, guap. I was telling people that that's why you're busy. That's why we haven't done any twodopedudes in the last couple of weeks. But it to come back soon. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, so it's easy to pretend. Oh, we have some stuff to talk about. Yeah, I got some. I got some insight. No, I've been looking at some stuff recently too. There's a lot of shit coming down the pipeline, man. I think 25. We're in for a good one. We're in for some excitement. Who quite knows what's gonna happen? You know. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Though it's easy to pretend, I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I'd been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. Now that you're gone, now that you're gone.
Hold up. Let's go. Care Bear. Tell Anita and Lucy before they tell me hello. Tell them that I said hello first today. Tell them I love them. I'm Anita and Lucy's #1 fan tonight.
I feel so unsure as I take your hand.
Gary, I fucking love you. Where you been, friend? Gary, they won some licenses down in Kentucky, man. Maybe I'm just gonna come work and live in Kentucky. No, I'm not. I can't live in Kentucky. Well, I could, but I can't. No offense. I need to live in Illinois and work in the Illinois market because I know it the best. They need to just help a brother out. I'll be into that. Well, like this, huh? So it's easy to pretend.
I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to
Yeah,
cheat
drum,
a
that's what I'm
friend
saying. I'm super into it.
and waste the chance that I'd been given. So I'm never gonna dance again.
Oh, Guap, I
the way
believe
I
it. And
danced
that's the
with
thing,
you.
like, new players coming to the market, numbers going down and decreasing.
Time can never mend
You know what's more wild to me than that is that we have a 1.2 or 1.4 billion dollar cannabis market in Illinois, and $20 billion worth of damage has happened in those fires so far over there. It would take us fucking 15 years of steady declining cannabis sales to just sell that much equity worth of. How fucking wild is that thought? Think of the industry that is cannabis right now. All of the dispensaries, all of the cultivation centers, all the transporters, infusion licenses, everybody who spends $1 on cannabis, period. 15 years worth of that effort, all of that churning, all of those, all the employees, all the customers, all the sales, all the 420s, 710s, fucking hash hole day, whatever the fuck days everybody is. Oh my God, can you imagine this? I feel so like my brain gets a little bit overwhelmed by the thought process of what, you know what I've always said for a long time too? Oh, Anita and Lucy, you're the best. I've said for a long time, and I think that the thing is for all of us, to be frumpy and disappointed, and I think this is it, right? We have a lot of things that go on sometimes, but the chance to even do any of it is overwhelmingly. If it all went up in a fucking blink, just an instance, a flash of light, everything is just done. We're all missed, whatever. A rock comes down, a bomb goes off, the plague comes, well, that might be a little bit more drawn out than the Flash, whatever. But we all just, it just boom. You know what I mean? Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Well, then what the fuck's the difference? Right? We're all the fucking same. The unifying event really happens then, right? Like, we're all just the fucking same then, right? And, like, I've said for a long time, I think that, like, it would be way better to not have to deal with The Rock getting really pissed off, right? Because look at what the fucking, when The Rock is pissed off, and I don't mean fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson, though I've gotten confused for that lately. I'm speaking about the thing that we walk on every day. The thing that, oh man, it shoots fucking fire out of its belly buttons, you know? What, I don't know about this, right? And now we've got, everything's on fire and all the crazy shit, the snow's coming, but who fucking knows? Icicles and storm, oh my God, Maron. The Rock's pissed off, right? We gotta be nicer. We gotta figure it out. Please The Rock again. I still want to be here when this thing goes fucking tits up. It sucks. Did you, jabroni? It doesn't matter when The Rock is pissed off. You can take all the nukes and all the rocks from the asteroids. You can shine them up real nice, and you can shove them up your Rudy Poo candy asses. You know, something like that. Whatever he said. Jabroni. Because The Rock said... I did the eyebrow. You guys just couldn't see it. Can you know it? Did you know it's happening under it? Alright, well, it is. That's like half Bernie Sanders. Oh, well, there you go. That's the best I got. I've never been one to claim to be a impersonator. Can't do it. You know, that's it. No, what are we, you know, be grateful. There's a point in all of this where, listen, what level of suffering you want me to go through? We've been through a bunch of this shit before. Now it's just like, okay, what is at the other end of this? There's got to be something that's worth it, right? And like, I promise you, you find it every once in a while. And when you do cling on to it, understand what those instances. And like, I got to spend time with my literal favorite human in the world. I'm probably rude to say that it's not my girlfriend, but at this point, I mean, it's my niece, right? I got to spend time with her yesterday, and how fucking great is life? What do you mean? What a cute little thing. And then we went, it was her birthday. You know what she said? She said, I want to go to McDonald's. And I said, oh yeah? Well, you can go to McDonald's. We'll get whatever the hell you want at McDonald's. It's different, right? We watched two little kids, fucking, they were children, little ones, tiny, little fucking shits jumping around and shit. And if you were an angry cuss and you had to sit next to this little child that was jumping around on the booth and shit, you would have had a fucking tough time. Or your fucking gaskets would have been blowing, smoke coming out your fucking ear. Ooh, I don't like kids. Well, whatever, because you don't like joy. Well, I'm sorry that somebody stripped that away from you. Don't take it from them. Enjoy it and watch that shit, because they were communicating. It was weird to see it. Ha! They were smiling and laughing, eating French fries, all fucking gross, touching the fuck out of everything, wiping their fucking snot and shit, just sucking on French fries. It was the grossest display of just awesome human interaction. And I went, holy fuck, like, we all at the core, these are two children, never fucking seen each other a day in their lives, don't know by chance who the hell they are. They're just two random McDonald folks, and look at them get along. And then I'm sitting here going, man, look at all the rest of these people in here who look like they are just miserable as shit, angry and upset and whatever. Oh man. And it's a choice though, right? It is a choice to make. Dwell in that misery, accept it as misery, and you can definitely be miserable. But I think that you have the ability cognitively to reverse that and get away from it. I think cannabis is a good, useful tool to help, right? Because it is that good, quick mental reset. Get me back out of this funky cloud, please, you know? Eating and sleep and smoking. Elisa, what type of pain? And sleep's more of a CBN thing, and you should probably be eating it no matter what. The reason why you would eat cannabis for sleep, so smoking to put yourself to sleep, because it has a far more impactful cognitive impact, right? Now, I'm not saying that you can't get more messed up on an edible. It's because of how it synthesizes and becomes more, it's 10 times hydroxy 11 is 10 times more psychoactive, whatever, fine. But the immediacy of inhalation to put you to sleep that's number one. But to stay asleep, because inhalation comes into the system fast, leaves the system fast, hits the lungs, bloodstream, circulates through our bloodstream every 5 minutes, right? The blood from our lungs goes through our body in 5 minutes, and then it's back to our lungs to take another trip. And whatever we inhale, it takes that and it goes. Mostly oxygen, right? Because oxygen's a good fuel source for all of our body. But also, it takes in these cannabinoids, and it delivers through the bloodstream. So the quickness of that is it's, you know, a minute to 5 for onset and 1 to 3 hours of effect. But to stay asleep, we need something longer than that. And edibles take longer to kick in, so right in about that inhalation period. But they digest for 6 to 8 hours, which is a sleep cycle. So for sleep, you have to be eating. If you're not eating it, you're probably not doing it right. There's also excess cannabinoids like CBN that definitely deserve a little mind to be paid to it. CBN is arguably the best cannabinoid at retaining sleep, right? Just itself. THC is perfectly fine for holding the heavy lifting through, and the best thing about THC is it helps us get through REM, right? So the rapid eye movement part of sleep is when we're getting the most brain activity. It's when we're getting the bad dreams. It's when we're getting the lucid dreaming and everything, right? So if we can skip through that and avoid some of that negative, and a lot of people have like almost PTSD responses and dreams and shit. So if we can get past that, THC is good at that. But once we get into sleep, in deep sleep, CBN tends to be the thing that while we're there is digesting the best, and it holds us in sleep. So it's an the entourage effect, but it's a little bit of all of these different things that could play a factor in it. But pain is a whole different thing in itself, right? Because pain is a generalized it's a generalized individual experience, right? And I'm not saying this, pain is hard to, that's what you're going through. That's the thing that you are feeling. Externally, a doctor would look at you and go, okay, is it neuropathy? Is it inflammation? Is it spasticity? Is it arthritis? Is it, there's gotta be a something that's going on that's doing something. I have spinal pain. I need disc replacement surgery. And that's, again, so that's it. It's in my neck and arm. Yes, and so bingo, that's exact. I think that probably with what you're saying, you probably have a really good claim to using CBD with regularity. CBD is going to be a general inflammation reducer, but also good at spasticity, also good at just kind of regulating all things. But CBD probably could give you some of that other heavy lifting pain relief that you're not necessarily getting all the time. When you're talking about things like spinal pains, disc stuff, especially when depending on if it's like bone on bone, and if you're ever dealing with nerve things, there's a couple of approaches. If it's neuropathy, it's proper dosing of THC. If it's arthritis really does respond well to, depending on what you're doing, direct topical use, but also very high THC dosing. And the reason for it is because THC is very capable of blood flowing, or getting blood to flow. Blood flow definitely has the capability of, if anything, stimulating that inflammation reduction, but also like if there's any cartilage or any possibility of a piece of cartilage being anywhere near you, it needs to be lubricated by something. And to not have anything going down there, there's plenty of other fluids that are involved too, but blood flow is the carrier of a lot of the source of nutrients for these things to be taken care of. So like high dose THC can help blood flow, but also can help reduce just that immediate pain response, right? It's a very analgesic thing. But we have to also accept that maybe cannabis isn't going to take us from a 10 to a 0, right? Cannabis might be more capable of taking us from a 10 to a manageable 6, right? Maybe even a 7, but anything that isn't 10 is a win, if you ask me, depending on what you're going through. But that's for an immediate breakthrough response. That's for like a medical pain response is what I would say. That's a breakthrough response. Because even though it comes through with a consistency, because we're not taking care of whatever the problem is. Now, the problem isn't the pain. The pain sucks. It is a problem. But the problem is that bone on bone, right? And since we're not taking care of it, though there's surgeries that'll work and things of that nature, I believe that through proper food and proper movement, we have the ability to alleviate a lot of that excess pressure, right? As I was just speaking to, a lot of us have an excess bit of weight on us, and it's not because of your fault, right? I'm not trying to blame anybody, but we all like chips, right? Y'all like chips, potato chips? I do. I don't know if you do or don't, but I love them motherfuckers. You know what they're cooked in a lot of time? Corn oil. A lot of shit that they're corn fucking chips. It's mushed up corn that they push through a fucking blender and then flatten out on a tray, and then we're chomping on it. And it's good. I mean, hey, I'll fucks with them. But, you know what I mean? There's a lot going on there. But really, okay, I can respect that. I'm not saying that it's not, because pain is a scale thing, right? Like, depending on what you're doing for it, and if we're deteriorating, especially cartilage, right? Like when you're talking spine on spine, bone on bone, how uncomfortable. And no matter what it is, right? Like, there's a point where like the pain is going up, right? But like, can we make it plateau because we've met it with another alleviant that might be also coming in at a different like scale of rate too? Like, where again, I always speak on like this being the comfort level and then trying to like take your steps to get to it. With THC, CBD on the other hand tends to be more like the box idea, that like we have floors and ceilings of things and then we exist somewhere within the box. Well, if the box is already inflamed and blown out, whatever, we could reduce that naturally to begin with. But to find the point within the box where our perfect comfort is, it's probably somewhere in the middle, right? Like, it's not that we're going back to a zero even, but to use CBD is to get you off of the ceiling or the floor, okay? It's to bring you closer to the middle of things, right? Or even to shrink this box of negative and to have a more manageable, achievable something in the long run. It's not an alternative to all kinds of medicine. And I think that honest movement and proper methods of movement too, because a lot of people who go through weight loss processes and whatever, depending on what you're doing too, we can be using weight training as a way, which is like using, I mean, obviously weights and putting excess pressure on joints and shit, that though we're building them up, we've done it from a weakened state. So there's got to be an ability to reduce the inflammation from the beginning, because if we start off with a base point of high inflammation and then we're doing good for ourselves, it ties into kind of we want to be healthy and we're doing a lot of things to be healthy, but are we doing it the proper way? And that's why a lot of people would speak to you on the idea of yoga, right? Stretching and things of that nature. It's very beneficial for movement, but also for blood flow and air intake and whatever. Herniated bulging disc with bone spurs. And listen, I'm not telling you. Oh, that's so fiery. So again, higher dose CBD, a lot of people might not be taking as much as they should be. I've seen, and there are people who argue that CBD might be getting digested inside of us at a rate kind of not on the same scale as vitamin C, but where vitamin C, we can take 5,000 milligrams to absorb 1,000 or to absorb 100 milligrams of vitamin C, because our stomach acids are very deteriorative to it, and there's tons of different ways we excrete a lot of it through our kidneys and stuff, but we never really absorb it. They're thinking that CBD might be in the same way when we digest it in our stomach. If we haven't liposomally encapsulated it, if we haven't made it into something that has a cell that is more capable of making it through the stomach acids, our stomach acids might deteriorate that thing and never allow it to get there. So some people say that, well, in a way to make sure that you're getting a good dose inside of you is to take an excessive dose, where some people believe that small quantities of CBD could be massively beneficial, but maybe when you're taking a 25 milligram dose, maybe you're only getting 2.5 milligrams worth of that CBD, right? Maybe it's at a 10x loss. So maybe you have to take 200, 250 milligrams of actual CBD, right? Which is a decent amount of a thing to retain the 25 milligrams that I, inside my head, have been telling everybody to consume for a long time, right? Like, and I think that by the ways that I've asked people to try to, and there's a, it's not like I'm some fucking wizard or nothing, right? But I ask people to try these different parts of cannabis because we've only used it for one thing. We've only used it for THC. We've messed that up, right? So, here's views. Makes me tinctures. That's so awesome. Friends, I do not mean to be rude. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I gotta hit. Sean Whitney, what is up, brother? Give me 2 seconds. I need to make more room for more Chippewas. I'll be right back. Oh, hang in there, though. Oh, I heard Jesse Ventura. If you had COVID, God damn it, Biz, I didn't even see you talking right here. Oh, George, man, good. No, it was actually great. Thanks. Yeah. Ah, Biz, I'm so far behind in the chat here, but I appreciate y'all. I love you. Stick around. I'll be right back. I need to talk to Elise some more for a few more seconds. I got a few more ideas about cannabis. I'll be right back. BRB.
They're forming in straight line. They're going through a tight wind. The kids are losing their minds. Blitzkrieg bop. They're piling in the backseat. They're generating steam heat. Pulsating to the backbeat. Blitzkrieg bop. Hey ho, let's go. Shoot 'em in the back now. What they want, I don't know. They're all revved up and ready to go. They're forming in straight line. They're going through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. The blitzkrieg bop. They're piling in the backseat. They're generating steam heat. Pulsating to the backbeat. The blitzkrieg bop. Hey ho, let's go. Shoot 'em in the back now. What they want, I don't know. They're all revved up and ready to go. They're forming in straight line. They're going through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. The blitzkrieg bop. They're piling in the backseat.
Oh,
They're
Blitzkrieg Bop.
pulsating
Woo! Look at that awesome plant. Look at you, awesome guy. All right, welcome back. Sorry, thank you for bearing with me. All right, so where's that? Oh, it's using cannabinoids correctly, and I don't know that I'm any better at it than anybody else. But I think that, oh my God, you all have to give me 1 second. This has got to happen. It's my niece. Hold on.
walk along a thin line, darling. Darling. Dark shadows follow me. Follow me. Here's where life's dream lies, disillusion. Disillusion. The edge of reality. Oh, I can hear strange voices echo, echo, laughing with mockery, mockery. The borderline of doom I'm facing, the edge of reality.
Oh, y'all are heroes. All right, sorry about that. That was the coolest person in the whole entire world. All right, that was my little niece. It's her birthday. Just wanted to talk to me for a quick second. So, anyway, thank you for being there. What am I about to smoke? I'm gonna smoke this thing. Oh, flipped it upside down. I probably shouldn't have. It's a little crumbling wax by it's a Gelato 41. Gelato 41. In the box. From Verano.
If she's not real, then I'm condemned to the edge of reality.
Gelato 33. The better one. That's my favorite one. 33. The Larry Bird.
On the edge of reality, where she overpowers me with fears that I can't explain.
All right. Listen, let's put one in the air, friends. It's gonna be a good year. Got this shit. All right, things are moving in a positive, and if they're not for you right now, they will be. But listen, they are. We're all here. And if you need anything, you can always reach out to your friend, you know? I'm here, I promise y'all. Because sometimes the other thing is, too, we gotta talk about it, man. You gotta just get it off your chest, say what you gotta say sometimes, you know? But, friends, put one in the air every once in a while, too, and I promise you, you'll feel alright. It doesn't even block me out anymore. Because there's so much wax on the bottom of it. Not what I recommend to anybody. Clean your pipes. Be a lazy guy like me. Smoked a lot of joints lately. Okay? So like I'm gonna start at the top for
the strangest secret in the world.
Let me see. I've made a lot of
Not long ago,
wild stuff. Like
Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed in London, and a reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" The great
a little
doctor was
tangerine,
silent,
little goat tangerine. I do like
Then
that
he
stuff
said,
a lot.
"Men simply don't think, and it's about this that I want to talk with you."
Oh, snap my whole neck on that one. Good. Oh my God, do I miss a good gravity bong. What a great way to smoke. What a pure, just good, clean. Oh, do I like a good gravity pipe. Oh, that was premature. It's a little golden. Be alright. Be alright. Really? Who's that, Guap? Do I know these people too? Gravity piping it only? Love that.
Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed in London, and a reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?"
T3 potency checker? That's a guap question. I've never been one to... Potency doesn't
The great doctor
do it
was
for
silent
me.
a moment, and then he said, "Men simply don't think, and it's about this that I want to talk with you."
Oh, really? Nice. That's dope. I've never been one to be super into... I mean, especially if it's just raw THC numbers. Doesn't do it for me. I want, like, I want excess cannabinoids most of the time.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies
See?
hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Beaten wife for.
I'm not the, that's not my field right there. Potency checking's not my field. I need almost raw, true forms of this thing. And that's the other thing, like I was actually talking to a transporter today that was in, who said, "Oh yeah, well I used to live in Oklahoma and I'd get 500 milligram edibles all day." And I said, "Yes, do you know what that means?" He's like, "Yeah, it has 500 milligrams." I said, "Do you know what that means, though?" Because, listen. Alright. We're gonna do some math really quick. This is the hardest part about some of the cannabis sometimes. Inside of this container, there is 1 gram, okay, of concentrate. That is 1,000 milligrams. Okay, that's the metric system, okay? So 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. So if I take half of this gram, that's 500 milligrams, and I make an edible with it, then I just made you a 500 milligram edible. The potency with which this cannabis product has THC falls in the rate of probably, I would say, just by looking at it alone, okay? I would guesstimate 70%, maybe 80% THC. There's excess other things inside of this. So if this is 70%, right? And now that's assuming that they used a finer product like this that they want somebody to smoke. And not... Hold on. Let me show you what this is now. You see this, okay? That is also, it's smokable. I just smoked it. It's not gonna hurt you, but it's not very good smoking. You could use this inside of an edible too, all right? And the potency with which this is probably somewhere in the 50 to 60% THC range, right? So if we're assuming that THC is the intoxicant, right? And there's excess intoxicants in this thing, and there's different things that add to the intoxication, but assuming that THC was the pure intoxicant of this product right here, and it's only 50%, right? So now we have I give you a half gram of this, all right? And I put it into your edible. It's 500 milligrams. But your edible now has 250 milligrams of THC in it. But this also, that's assuming that this is an activated THC product, which it's not. It's a THCA product. It still has not been converted into full-blown THC, depending on what process it's gone through. And if it's that, then we're talking about losing another 0.13% of what it is by volume. So by the time that you eat that 500 milligram edible, you've now consumed somewhere in the 200 milligrams worth of a thing. But that's why also other markets like Michigan and Illinois has a 100 milligram limit, but Michigan has a 200 milligram limit, right? And it might not be for medical users. Medical users might always have an excess or something, but I believe Vegas might even have a 100 milligram per package limit. I believe when I went to California, they did have a 200 milligram option. So like, it's like each different state has a few different ideas, but regardless, what does that mean? What does the 500 milligrams mean? And what does the 200 mean? And what does the 100 mean? Because if we're talking about by weight of what's in here, and I tell you this is 100 milligrams, so I give you 1/10 of this gram, but this thing is 50%. So I gave you 100 milligrams of an edible, but it has 50 milligrams worth of THC in it, and assuming THC is the pure intoxicant with which we talk this plant up to be, then we would say it's only half as, you know what I mean? I don't know. And that's why sativa, indica, my gummies are indica gummies, and mine are sativa gummies, and well, they put more myrcene in mine, they put more limonene in mine. I got mine from the Blue Dream plant. There's a lot going on in that. It's packed full of interpretable verbiage, right? With which, if you have misinterpreted the language that is being spoken to you, or that you have just looked at yourself, I mean, again, let's assume this T3 potency checker tells you that what you have is 25%, and you're trying to make yourself a consistent dosing schedule, but that thing's off by 10%, okay? So, and 10%, that's not really that bad, right? If we say it's 25, that means it's either 22.5 or 27.5, which in a tight range like that, it's not that drastic. But let's assume you wanted to properly dose something, like, let's say a child per se, right? Because children deserve access to medicine as much as any one of us does. I would assume that making it a more accurate dose and having something that's more scientifically derived, a unit of measurement being that 1 milligram of THC, 1 milligram of CBD, and actually meaning that that thing is what you're consuming, either whether it's an isolated form, a distillated form, a live form, a raw, Hebrew. Oh, whoa, there's a lot of different ways to get to it. But regardless, the math that has to exist for somebody like a child to use this thing with an accuracy that would be consistently deliverable, it needs to be spoken about with a consistency. And at this point, I can reassure you that cannabis is not spoken about with that level of consistency, nor does it matter to too many folks. Me ranting about what I'm ranting about right now might be ranty to some people, but to me, it's a point of inconsistency that causes a lot of confusion. And when it comes down to the people that it's going to matter to the absolute most, it makes it so much harder to get authentic access to the thing that you're looking for and you desire. And when you have a bunch of, and this is why, to me, I want everybody to be able to access cannabis and to be able to deliver cannabis at whatever capacity. I wish there was peddler's licenses, and just each one of you who grew some shit, if you wanted to sell a little bit of it to your friends or you needed to give it away, you just wouldn't be criminalized for doing so, right? Because that style of market where I get to try the little things around me and I get to figure out what's good for me is not bad, because cannabis has, like I told you, it's the honeybee of plants. It really takes on its environment and then re-delivers for it, especially when it's a passion project. It takes the love in and it delivers some love back out. So I hope that that's a development, but I really do hope that the scientific development of cannabis comes around, and not where the government owns the full right to it, or massive colleges that you have to pay way too much money to get access to are the only people and places you can go to, but that cannabis science, like a T3 potency checker, actually comes out and is effective at telling me how much THC is actually in the fucking thing that I have here, or how much CBD there is, right? And maybe even at a converted rate, right? Or maybe at an unconverted rate, because I'm smart enough to multiply it by 0.87 and then come to the outcome, right? It's not the hardest thing to understand. There is some math to it. There are some reoccurring common points to it, but if it's not spoken about consistently, if we don't actually pay attention to the sciences behind it or the math behind it, and everybody's just allowed to have 15% industry standard sway, and then that 15% is an interpretable number, and where I just said that before, okay, you had the 20% potency, so then 15%, does that go to 17 or 23, right? Or if it's 20%, does it go to 5% or 35%? Because then where is the real math at? And you go, wow, that's an extreme. There are people who are extreme, and they will take advantage of you. And it's not that if that's all you're hunting for, then by all means, go buy your flower that has so much fucking THC on it that you don't know what to do with it. Go buy your 37% shake, which I don't even know what the fuck that means, unless it has a key-free added into it. I don't know what that means. Go buy all these percentages, these numbers, these whatevers, and if that's what it is that's making you feel good, then by all means, I hope the numbers exponentially increase forever. But like Drummer has had to tell people before, do you ever think that cannabis is ever going to get above, or THC is ever going to get above 100%? Like, what? Was it fucking? Do you know what you just said? How does that even make sense? But people literally say, Drummer literally had a person ask, is this stuff ever going to get above 100%? Yep, 105%. I call it 110% THC. It's got integrity. What's up, Seymour? Ooh, Alicia, I would like to see that. Alicia, I'm kind of into it, man. I feel like you're plugged up, like you know what's going on with cannabis, maybe even more than I do. I need your knowledge. Thanks for giving it to me. I need to look this T3 potency checker out. Maybe you know what'd be cool is to take a T3 potency checker. How much does it cost? Can you somebody let me find out how much it is. T3, god damn it. T3 potency checker. Holy frog shit. Wait, sorry, didn't mean to say bad words. Well, that feels like $330 of, I don't know if I would go for that as much. There's some people that, let's read the reviews on this really quick. I legally grow my own cannabis and use flower and oil affairs, blah, blah, blah. My flower THC typically tests in the 18 to 23% range, and my oil is typically 58 to 63% range. To the T3, results vary from 15 to 37. Holy shit! See, this is it. This is exactly it. I'm reading this guy's testimony. And a test with 55 milligrams of oil showed that I had 65 milligrams of THC. Pretty darn good for only 55 milligrams of material. Now I don't expect the $330 tester to match the $8,000 one, but I do expect to get a more consistent result for multiple tests on the same material. Nope, I wouldn't buy it. Don't. It's got a 15% industry standard sway baked into it. You can't have that. That must be what they're using at the cultivations, dude. At fucking ACT Lab. No, I did not mean what I just said, because I'm sure they got the $8,000 machine that doesn't know what it's talking about, okay? Let's all be on the same page. It's all right. Almost 400 bucks. Yeah, no shit. That thing was. Hey, I just looked at it on Amazon. Oh, there's a. Alan Varus. How do I say that? Alan Varus. Potency checker.
I hate murder. I hate war.
Checker. Val varies.
That are poor. I hate a little. I hate a lot. I hate when people don't know what they got.
All right. Something like that. I mean, but still, even to me, I don't know how. I don't know how much it matters. Here's my thought to it. Stimulating your system with anything, if you did it in the proper dose, would be the most. It would be the best. But stimulating your system with anything is to stimulate your system with something. THC is very effective. It's been effective for me every single time, forever, for my entire life. There's been times where I've gone, maybe that lacks a little potency or a little quality or a little something, but I still kind of have the feeling of it, right? I have been grateful to have access to decent quality cannabis for a good portion of my life, especially within the last 10 being a employee of the cannabis market. I'm spoiled in a regards, and I'm very capable of finding the good shit. If you ever got any questions, come on in and see me. I'll point you in the directions of some good shit. But it's gonna be taxed to all fucking get out and go, and it's kind of maybe expensive to begin with in natural costs. So come on a day when there's a good sale, but I can definitely point you in the right direction anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I think that no matter what, if you want THC's effects, use THC. If you want CBD's effects, use CBD. If you're looking for the comforts of sativa or indica, find out if you have a more abundant limonene, or find out if you have a more abundance of myrcene. You're gonna get both of them. I'd almost go on a limb to tell you there's very few plants in this entire cannabis market that have myrcene that don't have limonene, or vice versa, right? Like they're pretty common together, all right? The orangey and the, or what is it? The mangoey and the, I don't know. Who knows? The lemony, yeah. So I'm just saying, friends, we have access to it at all, and that's what's been beneficial and working for a lot of us for a long time. So how direct does it have to be for the mass majority? Not really, especially when most of us are using this for the mental health side of things. Incognito, let's go. What's up, brother? Oh, my friend, how are you? Elisa, I would say if I could do anything, I would probably go for a glass pipe, a very clean glass pipe, a perfectly packed mountain of flour. Give me a little hemp wick, I'll keep it as clean as I can. Avoid the excess butane dumping. Like, I would be super into a pipe like that. I currently smoke a lot of pre-rolls because of the convenience of it. It's a single smoking experience in a single package, right? Like, to do the pipe is to pull the grinder out, put the weed in there, grind it up, open the thing, put the weed in the pipe, close the grinder, grab the pipe, put the light on it, smoke it, pass it around for a bit, chooch it out, and then, you know, now go take it inside and let that stanky fucker sit in there for, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that goes on in that is less convenient than one beautifully rolled thing. Throw it away, get done with it, gone forever. And I think that the convenience of that has been like why I'm stuck in it. But inhalation for sure. It's the truth. I do pack the world's best pipes. I'm a perfectly packing pipe professional. People praise perfectly packed pipes. I don't know. I got really illiterate during that. I had alliterations for days. Lots of P's. Pa 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 pa.
Why were you so surprised that you never saw the stranger? Did you ever let your lover see the stranger in yourself? Don't be afraid
Drum.
to try again.
I'm not trying to take shots at nobody. This is it's been confirmed by very highly regarded folks in the world of cannabis that they're, you know, I got some skills. I think it's because I got big fingers, you know, it's large knuckles, big fingers, really makes it easy so that you can perfectly pack some pipes. You got little dainty ones, you probably got a better chance of rolling some good joints. See, my hands are too big. My knuckles, when I actually try to roll a joint, because my knuckles are so large, they actually bump into each other. So I can't even pack. Look at how big there's just a lot of running into it. Okay, when I'm trying to do this. But if you have little tiny ones, you probably roll good joints. That would be my guess. But here, get the hell out of here. How wild is that? What the hell is a finishing grinder? Finishing grinder. Like a tool? No, the best cannabis grinder. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Top pick. I'm an herb ripper. I'm an herb ripper type of guy. Smoke that doobie, stay groovy. Speaking of, there's probably a good joint roller right there. Need more butts in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I'm handicapped and using a rolling machine. Seymour Butts might be really good at it, at least. She's got really tiny knuckles, so it'll be easier for her hands to get together where she could roll some tight joints. And me personally, I've never been good at rolling joints. Oh, this is a wild song.
Y'all can have your spoons and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles. Y'all can have your spoons and banjos.
Do a channel drop. What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means. You mean you want to tell people of somebody who to check out? I don't give a fuck. Sure. If that's what that means. Or if you mean like you're like, I don't know what that meant. That sounds like it could be a lot of things all at once. Channel raid.
Y'all can have your spoons and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles.
Yeah. Run it. I'm in for whatever you think, Gary. You're the boss here. You don't know Gary's a belt mechanic? Fuck me, Gary. The other day, me and my girlfriend had a conversation for 10 minutes about you, to be honest with you. There was some dude that he literally pulled his pants up, and then I went off on a tangent about how he was Gary the Bell Mechanic's brother, and I made a song about this dude. I was singing and shit. I don't even know where it came from, Gary, but I want you to know that you've impacted my personal life. My girlfriend knows who you are. We've been laughing about this shit pretty good. You're the belt mechanic, you know? Gary the belt mechanic. I want to listen to that song right now. Well, actually, I want to hear Skibbity Bebop really. God, I'm going to find it. Yeah, what time, drum? Drop the old time there. Let's do that. Diggity diggity, no doubt, baby. Hoggity doggity, rainbow trout lady. Slew a cuckoo who do the friend true. On the number 2, we doing what we do. Hubba bubba honey, happy meal go crazy. Wiggle woggle dilly doddle double. Boom. I gotta eat a skeeter pancake. Bear bear. Patches. Patches O'Houlihan. Doris 6, show at 7. Tell him Gary the belt mechanic. I'm about to find this shit really Gary. Or a little belly flop. Drop a dip a dilly. When they're in my chili. You know what he just said? Trip trap, keep up, lad. Diggity diggity, no doubt, lady. Hoggity doggity, rainbow trout lady. Where the hell is the Gary song? Man, we got a Macho Grams. It is a musical performance. Elisa, our friend drummer here, actually is their band, Smashed Atoms, is fantastic. If you like music at all, I genuinely recommend listening to, what is the name of the venue that you played at, drummer? You can find it on their YouTube page, but they also have a lot of their music chopped up into some little segments. Oh my God. I've been listening to the shite out of it. But yeah, check them out, Smashed Atoms. Here it is. Oh no, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, heard you're downstairs is girthy. Stunt double over on Jeremy Gary. I love you, but I think you need therapy. Ordinarily, I wouldn't talk about another man's body. But you're a sexy hottie and I want to tell everybody. You rock my sticker faces in a couple different places, and that's why today you're getting these praises. Gary! Gary, happy birthday, you're the fucking man. I'm glad we met back when the shit first began. Happy fucking birthday from the Peace, Love, and Coke Clan. Oh, there it is, Gary the Bell Mechanic. Gary is the kind of real man who is about addition rather than subtraction. We appreciate his human traits with the love. Incog. Alright, so here's the thing. CBD might not be the best consumed through inhalation. And it's not that it wouldn't be effective. There's definitely efficacy there. Especially, there is probably a more guarantee of delivery. But because of the combustion point, and I know that a lot of people have experienced through CBD combustion, there tends to be a little bit of a headache response sometimes. I myself have experienced it. I do know that I like some good ruderalis plants that have like the mix of THC and CBD. There's been a really good company in Illinois called Shelby County who has tended to stick towards, well, at the roots, they stuck towards making excess cannabinoids or trying to produce them naturally on the plant. And they had a lot of really good CBD flower that I actually thoroughly enjoy smoking. There was a lot of times when smoking that CBD flower where I would get bouts of like the giggles, like you would not believe. I would get munchies like I was a child again, like I was back in my 16s. I wanted to eat frozen grapes and fucking peanut M&Ms and shit, you know, like I love that thing. So like I do genuinely believe that having some CBD in an inhalable way is not a bad thing. I just don't know that it's the most effective for what CBD is to be effective for. I think it's nice to add it in conjunction with THC when smoking it, especially at an abundance where like we were seeing a lot of 1-to-1s or relatively close to, right? Like a 2-to-1 or something of that nature, right? Where there was 10% THC and 7% CBD, or flip those numbers back and forth. And I think at that rate, you have enough of either one to give some of that true entourage effect. I do believe that, I don't know of any in the market, if that's the question. There are, and I take that back, there are a few good CBD things. I actually really thoroughly enjoy, it's CBD, CBG, and THC all in one, and it's very effective for like kind of your mild, not so blasted intoxication, but very nice uplifted and very good fuck it all. I've hammered on it for quite a bit one time, and I almost got to that edge of like, am I feeling a little more giddy? Am I a little bit more laughy? And it's because you're not overdoing it with THC, where THC can be very, very stingy, right? It can feel like, holy cow, is it like that's, you know, whatever. I gotta listen to this song real quick. Public smoking might be prohibited, but we don't give no fucks. We just keep these pants up and chasing them like Lucy would. And I hope don't fall. Bell mechanic, don't you panic, use it to your advantage. Get you in his panic. Great dude for sure, but goddamn, he's a great bell mechanic. Ooh, girl, bear has no underwear, maybe panic. Breakfast at the big boy, hanging with my main man. First time meeting, badass shirt, free breakfast. Go outside, see business face, get Gary bending down, 2 thumbs up. Smoke a fat pipe or 2, almost fall down some steep hills. But he's making them puts. Thank God we don't have to see his butts. Ooh. Bell mechanic, no, don't you panic, use it to your advantage. Get you in his panic. He's a great dude for sure, but goddamn, he's a great bell mechanic. Ooh, girl, bear has no underwear, maybe panic. Sorry, one moment. Good. We're all good. Good in the hood. At the big boy, hanging with my main man. First time meeting, badass shirt and big breakfast. Oh. Go outside, see Dizzy's face. Get a great peek, caravanning down. 2 thumbs up. Oh, bell broke now. You see his butt crack. Time to disc off. Smoke a fat pipe or 2. Almost fall down some steep hills. So Incog, I would say alchemy. If you're gonna honestly go into anything in the cannabis market right now and touch something with an excess cannabinoid in it, there's a couple of them, but I would tell you to lean into look at the alchemy brand of things right now. Very impressive formulations, very impressive use of excess cannabinoids. It is botanically enhanced. Gives a little bit more flavor, but excess cannabinoids raw are bleh, depending on what you're getting, right? They can be a little bit just not that great tasting. It's very planty, very bitter, whatever. So it's nice to have. Oh, I hit my first signer right after Gary the Belt Mechanic. Out of town. I hit my first signer. You guys remember these days of music making? I've missed something in my life. There's a career miss here. I need to figure out how to monetize, you know? Jeez Louise. Oh, Dudley, I'm so glad right now. Gary Bear, I love you, buddy. Yeah, I think there's some real neat possibilities with Cannabis Direct, but I think there's some Incog, I would do the cranberry lime one, brother. That's the one for me that I would do is cranberry lime. Pretty delish. They also have a orange pineapple, which I have not tried, which, you know what? Maybe I will. That one's super CBD rich. So let me do that. Guani! Oh my god, I was hoping I wouldn't be Guani free tonight. Ah, Gary Bear, fucking man. Gary, I'm actually genuinely trying to get down to Kentucky soon. I might, we'll see what happens. I don't know about, we'll see how soon, but I mean, within relative, you might see me again in 25, Gary, is all I'm trying to say. I think it would make sense. One of the best disc golf courses in the world is right down there, about an hour and a half away from you, and ain't no way I'm going there and ain't coming to see you. And I'll tell you what, I did have a good time when I was over in that Cincinnati area. We were in the town below Cincinnati, but there was some good food and shit. Hell yeah, that's cool, Gary. We also, what about 25? You coming up here to see us, Gary? That would be wow. Yep. I turned it into a dance party over here. I gotta turn it down on my side. Jesus, getting loud in here. Who's got that loud? The Wani's got that loud. There's a pro course in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's 113 miles from me. Is it called Idlewild, Gary? Because I go to Idlewild, and that is in Bowling Green, Kentucky, I do believe. Idlewild Disc Golf Course. Burlington. I'm in Burlington. That's me. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, drummer. You know, you know, it. Listen, here's the thing: your money went down, but your cannabis went up, and your spirits went. See, like, who gives a fuck about the money, right? We immediately turned fuck that thing. When you feel rich in a little pile of some cannabis, isn't that the most rich you can feel? Oh, cabron. I mean, if you had all the weed in the world, you would have all the money in the world. I mean, but like, the thing is, I would rather have an endless supply of weed, or I would rather not run out. Well, yeah, I'd probably rather not run out of weed than to not run out of money at times, right? Like, I still want to have the ability to do the money thing because I guess it's a fuel for a lot of life things to happen, right? But like, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying there. I'm fully on board 100%. Chi-Town Hi-Fi, what is... Oh my god. Never late. Never late. Always. Happy Thursday to you. God, I fucking love this shit. What a squad. Thank y'all for kicking it. Money can't buy what's not available. Weed is money. That's true. And if you had all the weed, means you could turn it into so many things. When you only have a little bit of weed, you don't want to do anything with it but smoke it, consume it. Now, if you had a mountain of that shit, you'd be like, wow, we could turn this into how much stuff? Like actually an entire house with hempcrete and shit? Just take the fibrous parts of this plant and just turn it into an entire house? Wow, make sustainable energy from it, and you know, clothes and food, and wow, the insulation for the house, and the wow, holy sustainability, Batman. One plant? I don't think so, Jack. Yeah, the honeybee of plants, baby. That's it. Chi-Town, we're coming back soon. Wapo's just been, he's moving. Aaron's been on the move. Getting that new house and stuff. Being all adulty and stuff. Or y'all ever wear glasses behind your ears, then it sits on your ear weird, and then you got that raw kind of weird feeling of like, why does that hurt behind my ear? That's happening over on my left right now a little bit. Right feels good. I could leave it there for all night, but like the left one, man. I got a bandana. I can tuck that bandana down there behind it. Sometimes helps it not suck, you know? Yeesh, maybe that's what's hurting it there. Oh, man. Just moved in today. Today is the day. In Chi-Town, man, I appreciate that. That's really nice. Really quite sweet. Four hearts is like, man, it's like happiness, health, love, and wealth. That's like 1111. Y'all are getting me too hyped up about shit. Numerology, there's 11 concurrent viewers right now. Wow, everything is just... Wait. Oh, look, this is a fucking... Streets. This is my jam here. Yes, so sweet. Chi-Town, I appreciate that a ton. That's super fire. Oh, nice, Squap. I'm into that. That mothership set up. We can do it right, you know. This thing right here, a little virtual. Or I'll just come over there and hang out. Bringing fire, making tracks that'll never tire. Heating up your vibe so dire. Feel that beat, take you higher.
Shake it till you're on your feet, making you want to dance to the beat. Groove it to that tasty treat. Every verse a spicy feat, bringing that heat. Got that beat, moving to the street.
Yes, so sweet. Okay, so where I feel like, oh man, I'm really pumped up about it right now. I'm like, I got racy brain thinking about how much I've been talking about, what I need to sum up and say with all this greatness. I got so many awesome friends in here right now. I'm so grateful. 2025 is really starting off nice. There's a lot going on, but always take the time to slow it down and take care of yourself, friends. I know it's really hard to commit to yourself, but you deserve it, and you're completely worth it. I know some people don't take that very well. Some people can't hear compliments, and they don't believe in themselves, and they're really quite negative, right? Depending on how you've gotten to that point of thought, I promise you that you can change it. You can stop thinking that way, and you can really move on. Just flip it like a light switch. And everybody says, aha, wouldn't it be that great? Well, it's not that you're going, okay, well, all of a sudden I'm fine. No, it's all of a sudden I'm not saying the negative shit to myself anymore. All of a sudden I'm not continually perpetuating the misery. Because if I constantly go, oh, I don't feel good, the worse you're going to feel. And it's not that you aren't miserable. And it's not that you aren't in desperation for alleviation, right? But there has to be a medium there for you. I think that understanding that it could probably always be worse is maybe a good mental checkpoint for all of us to consider, but also too to realize this too shall pass, and that this doesn't have to be the worst of it. And if or this doesn't wait so flip that and reverse it, you know what I mean. This is the best of the times, right? It can always be the best of the times. It doesn't have to be the worst all the time. And this could be the worst of it forever. We can leave today in the misery and the terrible whatever it's going on, and go to the point of comforts. And whether that's in physical health or whether that's in mental health, I beg all of you to consider yourself before considering some other people sometimes, right? We're all very good at helping everybody else and being there. There's more of a return. There's an immediate return from helping outwardly. So we give ourselves endlessly. And we forget to take care of number one. You guys all deserve to take care of yourself every once in a while. Look in the mirror. Tell the person in there, I got your back. And then do something about it, you know? I'll be leaving soon. No, I mean, I'll be leaving soon. I never missed your comments. I can see it. It was in. I mean, you're yelling over it. I seen it. Lisa, you should. Well, no matter what, like. The thing is, you're probably just such a badass that no matter what, you're going to struggle not to put other people in front of you at times. And that's an okay trait to have, right? To actually be considerate of other folks. I wish more people were, right? I think we all wish more people were. I work in a retail environment. I watch some miserable folks try to induce misery onto other people. And it's the wildest concept, right? That I'm so terrible that I'm gonna treat you terrible. I'm gonna make you feel it. I'm gonna wear it on my face. My frumpy bump bump. What the fuck is that? And why? It's gotta be better to be agreeable. You know that it's better to be fucking agreeable and accepted. And what? Who doesn't want that? And to say, no, I don't, come on. How fucking depressing, how fucking miserable, like, stop. And you can. Literally no matter what. And though to say that in that context is triggering to folk who might linger in that mentality and that mindset. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, there's always this something that you can attack or you can feel attacked by. And it's not that. The world isn't always trying to get you. Right? There's not always somebody out trying to take or steal or whatever. And is there always somebody? Yes. But are you always by them? No. And if you are, it's because you keep putting yourself in terrible environments. I beg you to consider trying to find better groups. Consider the cannabis world. A lot of good folks here. Empathy is honestly, it's a trait that I think a ton lack, right? I was sitting in a cannabis consultation when the woman across from me said, I think you're an empath. And I said, I don't know what the hell that means. She said, you exude great empathy. And I said, thank you. I actually take that as a great compliment. I try my best to put myself in somebody else's shoes, because to not is to be ignorant of your surroundings, is to be blissfully ignorant. Because in ignorance, to not be aware of what you're going through allows me pure bliss. To only satisfy me and to only consider my thoughts is to be ignorant towards yours. And that's the truth and the reality of what people do out there. But to be empathetic, to actually exist outwardly and to go, well, what is my impact in this causing in this situation? And why do I always think that it's okay for me to cause some level of misery or pain or take from or something? And it's, I think in humility, we can find great empathy, right? And I think that's, for me, that's what it took. It took being humbled a lot of times, and it took being shown that I wasn't, and I don't think I've ever really been like that, but like, I think I was presented in my life many of times humbling experiences that made me both humiliated, but also appreciative of my experiences, because I've become more of the character I am today, which is one of empathy, right? Which is, I feel like I care what everybody goes through. I wish that all of us experienced the same things that I try to perpetuate. This idea of happiness and health and love and wealth and just fulfillment and abundance. I believe that the resources for life exist on this rock, and the idea that we're not all collectively working towards a sustainable, probably less deteriorative future seems wild to me. And it's not that each one, how do you take the burden of that on individually? I don't think any one of us does, but I think that there are people out there who do it in a great scale that you go, holy shit, how neat is that, right? If you want to see somebody, one of the creators of Red Bull, or maybe it was 5 Hour Energy, did a little documentary. It's called Billions in Change. I speak about it every once in a while, but it's a really good. The guy tried to figure out how to make sustainable energy, how to desalinate water, how to help blood flow, because blood flow is one of the biggest deteriorators of our health. The fact that, like, and you can see it directly in diabetes, right? Diabetics tend to have issues in their feet. Their feet tend to not have circulation. The circulation gets cut off because of at a lot of times, like I was just talking about with the high corn diets, the high processed soy or oils, and all these fucking wild things that we use in our diets regularly, it causes a thickening of fat cells, which we all know that if you were to lose 30 pounds, if you're a type 2 diabetic, you lose 30 pounds, immediately you have a better chance of, and it doesn't matter at what weight you're at this point, right? To lose 30, right, is to do a good reset and your system starts to reproduce things, right? We think that all that's happening is that the fat cells themselves have started to close off a lot of the pathways to things, right? Your kidneys, your liver, your fucking blood flow to your feet, literally feet issues are, it's an issue that, again, when somebody like Billions and Change is going to try and make the thing that helps blood flow or whatever, it's just that extra thing that humanity is doing for humanity. It's beautiful to know that there's people out there that are doing things like that. And it's very easy to always be the defeatist, right? Because America spoke it for a long time. We wanted to, right? Like, people hated the Yankees in the 90s. I'm not a sports ball fan most of the time nowadays, so don't get triggered if I start saying something that hurts your feelings. If the Yankees fucking in the 90s were winning all the fucking time, everybody was like, fuck the Yankees. We hated them. Tom Brady, the best fucking winningest football player in the whole world. Fuck Tom Brady, that son of a bitch. You know, like, everybody's just, we fucking hate winners, right? So if you do too much good, we go, fuck that, you know? We gotta stop this naturally defeatist fucking attitude where we're going, well, appreciate the wins, appreciate the things that we can do correctly and well, and let's build on those things, right? And let's not immediately go, oh, well, that's too good to be true. I'm not gonna, that's not gonna work for me. I'm different than that. The amount of people that used to come in and tell me how different they were, you're different outside of cannabis. Because let me humble your ass with cannabis, right? There's a point in this plant that is very humbling, that is very, it'll put you on your ass if you do it wrong, right? And every single one of us understands that because every single one of us has had an experience that's probably gone a little too far. But I desperately, and that's, I mean, it's, I showed it to you guys the other day, and it just lingers here. I hope this is the right one. Oh yeah, I have two notes there. This is the one right there. What does it say? Help take your health in your own hands. This is literally the mission statement that I live by. Now, I think that through cannabis, I can assist, right? I think that I can give you a Swiss Army knife, and there's a tool that you could use to really do some impactful things with. But I think that the reason why I continually come here on Thursday nights and speak this too is because there's something that we can do medicinally in here, and it's not that I'm going to do it for you. It's that we're all going to do it collectively. It's that all of us come to a realization where it goes, oh my God, we are fucking worth it. There is a better way. And if just in the chat one day somebody goes, hey, I found this breakthrough, or somebody hears me go, oh my God, consume CBD with more consistency, okay? CBD is something you want to have in your system all the time, 24 hours a day. If you could keep CBD in your system 24 hours a day for 30 days long, you would actually know what CBD was capable of for you. And a lot of people don't have the budget for it, or a lot of people don't have the access to it. But what you would need to do is, in an edible form, because of digestion rate, is eat CBD every 6 to 8 hours, right? 6 to be very safe, 8 to be more conservative, and that would allow you to consume 3 times a day. Once directly in the morning, once 8 hours later, and once 8 hours after that, which allow you right before bed maybe, right? So I would, and that way you would keep CBD flowing through your system 24 hours a day. And CBD would then help when I talked about the extreme box where there's the highs and the lows of our health, right? The floor and the ceiling where shit's just, and that's even stressed out and inflamed, and it's at both ends, really, right? How do we reduce that into a very manageable box of comfort and health? And I think that cannabis is capable of shrinking the box. But I think that a lot of times cognitive behavioral therapies, reality, empathy, putting yourself in other people's shoes allows you to find a place in this box that's both survivable and comfortable, no matter where you're at within the box. And I think that that's like, that's understanding and having control of your health, right? That's taking health back into your own hands. It's a very difficult thing to do because it's committing to yourself. And a lot of times, I'm better at helping you than I am at helping myself. But I beg every one of you to consider, do it for you. You're worth it. Regardless of how much trash you've talked to yourself before, it's worth your while to go look in the mirror for a minute and say, hey, buddy, I got your back. Person in there that I don't even pay attention to. I'm so busy talking to all the other people in the world, I never talk to you. Well, that's what crazy people do. No, it's not. It's what people who are aware of themselves do. It's what people who can look at themselves directly in the mirror and go, you know what? I've got your back, but I also know where you're failing, and I can hold you accountable too. Right? Because when we're only projecting outwardly, when we're only perceiving what's out this way, when we're only going like this, right? How much are we actually figuring out back the other way? And it's like I said, it's to look in the reverse. It's to have that flipped back on you and to go, whoa, it's right here again. That perception is not out here. It's not from here. It's not because of it's because it's right the fuck back in your face, and you deserve it, right? And if you can look at me and tell me that you think I deserve it, but you don't, you're being foolish, and you're actually disrespecting me more by saying that, right? Because I think equally the same of you. I think that you deserve it, right? I think you deserve to have every bit of happiness, health, love, and wealth. Right? What is that? And what is your flavor of that? Right? It might be different than everybody else's, but as long as that's what you strive for, and as long as that's what you exist in, then why would you ever complain? Even to have any of those categories is to be doing way better than a lot of people, because a lot of people don't have any of those categories, right? And wealth does not have to be fucking monetary, right? A lot of people go, wow, you keep saying wealth for being somebody who doesn't, you say you don't care about money a lot. Well, I don't, but I understand the implications of money, and it'd be foolish to tell you if not having some is what like, take some if it's there and use it for the right things, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to apply to work at your dispensary. Gawani, I will give you a job right now. Get your ass up here. Incog, oh my god, that's so fire. I appreciate you so much. I'm new here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm behind on the chat. Elisa, Elisa, I think I'm a fucking, I respect that. To be able to put yourself in other people's shoes, I think you're a badass to begin with, no matter what. Unemployed person. Oh, Chi-Town. I understand, bro. And the thing is, here's what I can tell you. Kill them backwards with kindness, right? Because somebody who is miserable from the beginning, if you respond with misery, there's no way that they're gonna go, oh, okay, you're the one I'm gonna fucking help then. But if you come in very nice and like, also you don't have to go, did I offend you? Is everything okay? Like, we're okay, man. Just get on with the conversation and be very honest and blunt with some people nowadays, right? Like, but help people too, because you might have the capacity and the strength to bring somebody out of their misery for the moment. And why not? Right? Like, how cool is that to be able to assist? Because if you were having a miserable day and somebody could come by and break it up, the monotony, with just a simple something. And again, there's a lot going on. Chi-Town, there's a lot packed into that statement. But it's, it's just more, I wish that you got what you deserve, right? I'm sure you deserve a job. There's plenty of, I hope, opportunities out there. If you're looking in specific fields, Hurt people, hurt people. That's the shit. Shit. We can make that song right now for you. Hurt people, lyrics, Bullet Train. Is that a thing?
Let's raise a glass or two to all the things I've lost on you. Oh, 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 tell me I ain't lost on you. Oh, 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 just say you could cut me loose. Oh, 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 after everything I lost on you, is I lost on you?
Oh, it's a line from the movie. Yeah, that's as soon as I popped it up, that's what came up also. But there's a quote from the okay, let's see. Just give me the whole context. I'll turn it into but no, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been turning everything that we like, those things, I turn it into little lyrics, little jams. Hi, Gwen. Seymour got off work a little while ago and I'm at the gym. Hell yeah, Seymour. That was at the gym. 2 in 2025. I'm gonna try to attend too, honestly. I'm genuine about this. Oh yeah, Biz, who won? Who's the winner of the... Is that the most championship of the games? Is I lost on you? Is I lost on you?
Let us burn one from end to end and pass it over.
Be my friend. Burn it long, but burn it slow. To light me up before I go. If you don't like my fire, then don't come around. 'Cause I'm gonna burn one down. 'Cause I'm gonna burn one down.
My choice
Is what I choose to do. If I'm causing no harm, it shouldn't bother you. Your choice is who you choose to be. And if you're causing no harm, then you're alright with me.
If you don't like my fire, then don't come around.
'Cause I'm gonna burn one down. 'Cause I'm gonna burn one.
down. Heard the gift from the
I gotta come to Chicago just to get the thumb drive.
greatest word.
Come on.
You'll see it's blessed.
I need to have a day or two off. I just need to be able to sit with my computer for a little bit longer. It's been so long. It's been 2 or 3 months since I've put anything on it, and I've had to make 100+ decent songs. You know what I mean? So like, shit, bruh. Might be right. Just come up here. We can pick them together. Oh, dude, Gare Bear. Your nickname is just an awesome remembrance of one of my more favorite times. I truly like. It's a showing of like all of what I speak manifested into an experience, right? Just good humans, being good humans, having a little bit of peace, a little bit of love, and the ability to cope and understand, right? It is commonality through a plant, but also an experience too. We both got food. I love food. You love food. That's fire. And then we also got to go play disc golf. That's something I genuinely care about. It's something that I've been able to share with you recently, and like for that to manifest as an entire experience, before coming down to Kentucky, I was it was a if the stars align type of moments, right? It was a concert that a buddy said, please come down, come see me, and everything just kind of boom, 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 boom. And then I got to see you, and it's just all of that manifested into one awesome nickname. Like, I don't know. To me, Saggy Pants is not. Yeah, it's real cool. Really cool. You're really fucking cool to me. Better than don't come around, cause I'm gonna burn one down. That's Chi-Town. Oh. You know, sometimes you gotta get over that hill. Do a little bump in the road, you know? See if I got any good songs around here.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes.
Oh, here we go. Here's a bop, Goani. You'll appreciate this one. The Tweeter and the Monkey Man. This one came out so nice. You know, I mean, white hairs are kind of cool too. I mean, shit. I can feel it more now when you say it like that, right? Gotta get it upside down! Exclamation point. All the way to hell. And saw them when they fell. Never loved.
Never liked the Monkey Man. Even back in childhood, you wanted to see him in the can. Jan got married at 14 to a racketeer named Bill. She made secret calls to the Monkey Man from a mansion on the hill. It was out on Thunder Road. Tweeter at the wheel, they crashed into paradise. They could hear the tires squeal. The undercover
Kawani, I don't go to the barber. I keep it all. All of it over here, all of it over here. You know? The only hair you gotta trim for me is under my armpit. You can get too much armpit hair. That shit gets weird, man. Me. Alright? You gotta bring it down. Alright? Can't go too bare, because you go bare armpits, that don't feel right. Alright? I don't know if you're into it or not, it's up to you. But for me, because the growing back the hair thing is weird. I can't do it. Yeah, no, it's the truth. All the way to hell. Never saw them when they standing, never saw them when they fell. Depends on where you find it. True. Or depends on how you find them. Another part of it too. Oh. Really? That's funny. I have a buddy who I feel so bad about it. He told me so my boy told me he said, you know, you're the reason I don't grow a beard. And I was like, what the I feel so bad about this shit, dude. But it's the truth. He told me this shit like fucking 5, 10 years after the experience, and like it fucked me up. He said, when I was younger, I was growing like a little bit of a beard out, dude, and it was like patchy a bit. And I told him, I said, hey man, does your beard grow all white trashy like that all naturally or what? And then he said he got so fucked up by it that he like always shaved for the rest of his life. And I was like, there's no way, bro. I'm like, that's a joke from somebody else. That ain't even me saying that shit. I don't even know why he would get that mad. He's like, nah, bro, I took it to heart. I'm like, no way. But he really did, you know? Yeah, it's my boy, though. I beard bullied him. And I don't even think I had a beard at this time. Oh yeah, Santa Claus is my name, baby. I tell everybody all the time, give me a green Santa suit. Santa Claus doesn't have to be like the perceived white beard or whatever. I tell people that Santa Claus should have a nice full dark black beard and long black hair and shit, like, because cannabis makes y'all healthy and shit, right? I mean, I still got the belly, so may I fit in the right way in some ways, right? But all right. That's super dope, Guani. The last time I cut my hair, I also donated it to the cancer, which one? St. Baldrick. Is this all you? Hey, Chi-Town, I desperately want a green. If I could have my dreams come true, like if I had like a Make-A-Wish Foundation thing go on right now, it would be to have a full-blown, very nice green Santa suit. I don't want this nasty, scratchy, whatever with some white fuzzies that are falling off all over the place. I want a decent, nice green Santa Claus suit, right? With a bag, a green bag that has like pre-rolled joints in it, and I want to be able to just huck them out by the handfuls at like a crowd or something. It just, the idea of hucking handfuls of joints out of a bag that I just have an abundance to huck out of would be the coolest. Oh, I'd be so down. And Gawani, I respect the fuck out of you for that shit, too. And Biz, I'm not a bully. Alright? I try my best not to be. Let's smoke a little chooch about it. And listen, ever since then, I've told him, I'm like, man, please grow a beard out with me. I won't call you white trashy and shit next time. I love you. It was, I felt so bad. I didn't know the man did not grow a beard for his whole life because of me. It's fucked up. Real fucked up. Kawani gets it. Cheers, friends. Happy Thursday. Thanks for coming to spend it with me. I really appreciate y'all so much. This has been a lot of fun tonight. Elisa coming in here and dropping some awesome experiences, just out of this world. Yeah, I'm such a fan. Chi-Town, Timor, Kawani, Bizinator, always with that Bizinator. We got the Guapo, the Dudley, the Gare Bears. You know what I mean? We got quite the squad in this place tonight. Such a good little fam. My little drummerino. Please go to the show tomorrow night in Lombard at 7 o'clock. What's the name of the bar again, drummer? Why don't you drop it in the comments so everybody knows again one more time? Toledos and Incognito. I like that, man. Incognito. Oh, Jay was here and so was Sunflowers. Man, we had a spot. Neil's Pub in Lombard, please go. Oh, cheers to y'all. I really appreciate the heck out of it. Oh.
I hate murder, I hate war. I hate people using bombs to kill people that are poor. I hate a little, I hate a lot. I hate when people don't know what they got. I hate hate, I hate fear. I hate all the threats I can't end with the spear. I hate to say forever, I hate to say love. I hate how you can murder with an
Undersized glove.
I hate to be a hater and I hate that I hate. Cause if I had no hate then everything would be great.
Great music, incredible music is gonna be there. Honestly, I'm telling you right now, if you guys, you're all my friends in here. Thank you all so much for listening to me and hanging out and listening to my rants and stuff. But I need you to also really go listen to some Smashed Atoms. They make some really good music, some great lyrics. Fits very well into, kind of that. Some of it is that counterculture, fucking very open-minded, very listen to words and listen to great instrumentals, and like I'm telling you, Smashed Atoms and here we go. I'll actually put how to spell that. Smash. There you go. Look at some of that music. I promise you guys, it's super fire.
Remember how we laughed away the hours. Think of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We lived the life we choose. We'd fight and never lose. For we were young and sure to have.
Oh shit.
La 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 la.
Yeah, no, I genuinely, I listen to your music. It's great when it comes up on random playlists.
We lost our starry notions on the way. If by chance I'd see you in the tavern.
Just everything in moderation, baby. Don't let the thing consume you. You consume it. That's the only difference. Those were the days. La, 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 la. Yeah, listen, like, follow, share. That's it. You guys hit the like button on this thing that I do? You still should every once in a while, unless it fucks up one of your playlists or something, because then you're gonna get random me's popping up in the middle of your shit. You should hit the like button every once in a while. Because eventually it might help somebody else who actually needs to hear what's going on in here find it. Oh, you guys are fucking too nice about that. I appreciate the hell out of it. No, and it's just I would love nothing more than for the normalization of the cannabis speak that I talk on, the way that and it's not that I'm doing, I mean, I don't know, it feels weird to go I, like, but fuck, man. How many people do I watch do it wrong where I'm like, don't do that! Why are you misrepresenting this thing? And everybody who misrepresents it is just hurting it a little bit more. It's bringing it down a little bit more. It's making the people who are using the verbiage and the laws and the whatever to hold this thing down, it's allowing them to continue to hold it down. The misinterpretation and the misinformation, and then, like I said, the bad test results and the bad. It's hiding behind packaging. It's hiding behind terrible names. Like, we've literally called everything, whatever the hell we want. It's, Berrylicious and jelly donuts and shit. That's all we got now. Does mind over matter if you mind it doesn't matter. Damn! That's the damn truth. Holy shit, like that one. Care Bear, you're such a good looking dude all the time, it don't even matter. People just probably, they're in awe when you come in the room no matter what, huh? I mean, shit. I get it though, you know what I mean? But the thing is, and this is what I want everybody to know, Gary's more than just a pretty face. That's a nice dude. He's super nice. He's got a heart, a big one. And he'll give it to you too. That's the kind of guy who'll give you a shirt right off his fucking back. He would give you a belt, but it broke. And now he's got to hold his pants up. Do you want his pants? Watch out, you're gonna see his butt crack. That's all I'm saying. That's the truth. If you need his pants, you're gonna see his butt crack. That's alright. Hey, he would let you see his butt crack if you need his pants, though. That's the kind of guy Gary is. Big heart, big butt crack. I'm so sorry. I don't know, when words just fucking fall out of your mouth, you don't even know what you're talking about anymore, you know? Gee. Here we go. Oh, thank you all for doing the thumbs up thing. Thank you, John. I'll see the qualifying condition. I don't think. Was it the ovarian thing? Seymour? I don't really know what, we tend to, Guap and I talk about it a lot. All of the new qualifying conditions. Every year we come in and speak on some of these things. And I know. Awesome, that's right, Gary Bear. Chi-Town, I think I don't know. I think the big market actually has to thrive a little bit more, and everybody goes, whoa, 1.4 is not thriving. It's not that it's not, it's that I think that the industrial cannabis is at a stagnant place, and I don't know that through regulation they're going to make it very easy for a very craft style cannabis market to show its face. And though it is kind of here in a very niche type of way, and also in the industrial type of way as well, like in commercial cannabis there are craft growers now, but in the same way that craft beer has become, it could be a while here. And I'm not trying to be like some pessimist of any sorts, but I think that it takes the big players getting overwhelmed by what... And trust me, it's overwhelming. Doing too much is just too much, and running thin is just running thin. And a lot of people are. FOD, endometriosis, experience. Yeah, nice. That's fire. I think that's the ones that we were talking about before, right? Thankfully they didn't.
The great doctor was silent.
Those, like some argue for
simply don't think.
painful FOD, painful.
That I want to talk with you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thanks, Squap. What hero? Oh, 100%, Biz. Oh, Biz gets it. And he's got, I mean, he's smoking out of bongs that's got Biz's face. Gary is the only human in the entire world who is walking around with a Biz face shirt. Gary has Biz's face on a shirt, and he rocks that shit. Like, what are we, what? I don't even have Biz's face on a shirt. What? What is happening in the world? Did I do wear underwear? Good. We need that. That's it. Mama Cornette, thanks for making Gare Bear the awesome underwear wearing belt mechanic that he is. I can't, without you, Mama Cornette. Oh!
Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed
Quality.
in London, and a reporter asked the doctor,
That's another big portion of it too, Chi-Town, because I think if everybody just stopped buying trash, it would immediately fix itself. But when fuck. All right. When
moment, and then he said, men simply don't think, and it's about
when
this
trash
that
is
I want
accepted
to
because the prices are so high, they're so inflated in some regards, more so in the tax side of things, but when prices are so high that people are forced, literally forced, to buy less quality cannabis, that's why it is what it is, right? And that's why I think some of these craft growers in the commercial market, like a Nez, for example, like an ICC, Illinois Collective, they've been very impressive in the flower products that they've brought out. It's the higher, it's pretty high price, right? And I'm afraid that because we are a budget consumer friendly market, where I would say that probably 80% of the consumers are budget friendly, maybe even more, but probably the 20% carry maybe 60% of the burden of the market's monetary contribution, right? So like the top 20% spend 60% of the market, where the bottom 80% only spend 40% of the market, right? Like their contribution is not even close to equal. There's a lot of people who are buying one, like individuals, at least where I'm seeing it now, where individuals are buying one joint at a time, or they're buying a thing of shake, 1 7-gram container of shake, and that's what gets them through for a while, where other people who are going to buy an eighth, a single eighth that costs $20 more than the quad of shake does, that budget and also mindset towards consumption of cannabis literally exists in such two different worlds that, like, how do we bridge that? I don't know that we ever will. The amount of people that come in and go, oh, a half ounce of shake is, listen to me, Bub, I've been doing this for way longer than you've even been alive. And I'm telling you, this shake is just as good as any of that flour back there. This stuff is premium. This shit is so potent nowadays. And I've tried all of them. No, now there's some trash shake out there, but I'm telling you, this stuff right here, it's as good as anything else that's in here. It gets me fucked up. It gets me ripped. And I've been doing this forever. You know, or there's the other people that come in and they go, oh, only 50%. I only need it to be 50% THC or better. Just on flour. It just needs to be a little crystal-y nugget of no sticks or stems or flour product at all. Just a little crystalline diamond. What the fuck, man? All right. Yeah, there's a lot of wild consumer sentiment that I don't think allows for that end of the market, Shy. Like I just think it's because of that, right? Oh, Gawani, trust me, I do. It got to be in a simulation. That's what I'm saying, Biz. You ever run into some of them NPCs out there? I literally, I was at the fucking Starbucks one day. I forget who I was with. It might have been fucking Raph, as I often was in the Starbucks parking lot. But I said, hey, did you just hear what they said? It was like they said the thing. There was a glitch in the Matrix. And then they came back and they said the same shit again. And, you did one. I did a double take. I looked back at Ralph. I said, did you see this? Did you notice what just happened? Uh-huh. I said, whoa, NPCs, baby. We're in a simulation. Kawani, we all might need that.
So let's disappear, 'cause I just feel so
Biz, what are you asking for the bit?
Tell you the strangest secret in the world.
Is this the question you're asking about?
Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed.
Or were you
in
talking
London,
about the song after it?
A reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?"
If we're
The great
usually, and that's the
doctor
truth.
was silent a moment,
It's also not the truth though, Chi-Town, because I've watched a lot of people pay a lot. When I first started, I'll never forget it. There was a guy who told me, he goes, you don't understand. I don't care if the other stuff is better. Bubblegum is the best flower I've ever had in my entire life. I said, but this is coming from nature's grace, sir. They grow their cannabis outdoors in a tent. They're not fucking, it's not like, they're not gonna blow you away with this shit. And it was $70 an eighth, okay? And it was being taxed at Illinois fucking prices. It was $88.88 an eighth after taxes, and the man bought 8 of them. It was $720 worth of a fucking an ounce of the bootiest booty dubs that you're gonna get. And the man took fucking 8 of them. I begged him. We had Revolution at this point, like in the heyday of Revolution. We had some fire fucking product from them. And I was like, sir, if you're willing to drop that much money in here, please take my word for it. At least put half of that shit back and get the other one. He goes, I don't really care. I could go to the end of the line. It's not about the money. I could go to the end of the line and come back and buy another one. I just don't want to wait in the line. And I was like, God damn.
I had a dream I was under the ground. My friends and family were buried.
This one, Biz?
And a worm took a bite of me, and then he washed it down with a bite of you. The same worms that eat me will someday eat you too. They're gonna eat you.
8's a bad number. Nah, he's not here, man. Nah, it ain't. Get some water in that beaker, muff. Oh, you can come to the dispo with me.
Nibbled on your feet and they nibbled on my toes.
Yeah, that's the truth, Chi-Town. I hope more than 20% in the future, though. Somehow Oh, using the text from microphone and electronic manual like ramen cooking direction. No, but I made it to a song like that. Biz, that's what I'm saying. That's what happened with the one thing. That so this.
I'd like to tell you the
Yeah,
strangest
this comes
secret in
from
the
the
world.
strangest secret in the world. This is fucking Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret.
Albert Schweitzer,
This is how it starts
great
off.
doctor and Nobel
And like
Prize
here, look,
winner,
look
was
at.
being interviewed
I
in
said put a
London
slow
and
building
the reporter
electronic
asked
dance
him,
music, the
"Doctor,
words
what's wrong
slowly
with
being
that?"
narrated every 4 to 8
The great
bars
doctor was
till the last
silent
words
for a long time, and
till
then
the
he
last
said,
words
"Men
hits with a
simply
big
don't
bass drop.
think." And it's about this that I want to talk with you.
Yeah, I like this song. It's a fun one. Taxman be taking some eights. Man, that Taxman take a lot of eights. Yeah. Yeah, Guap, that was not the news that I was expecting. I'm gonna tell you what, out of all the things in the world, but it does kind of make sense with the pairing up the multi-world champs, right? Like if this craft has Paul and Paige, now Latitude has fucking Kristen and Isaac. You know, the only other I mean, there's some other ones that are out there, but it's like Rick, right? You know, so like. This is crazy. Oh, for a few minutes, Gawani. I think I'm probably coming to a quick end here, right around 11ish, but. Me? I do. Yeah, I have a pro version of this.
Not long ago,
But I just pay for credits.
doctor and Nobel
I
Prize
think I donate $10 a month to him or something like that. These people kill.
asked him, "Doctor,
Fortunately, I felt like my song.
today?"
Oh, we got somebody follow. We got a follower. Get out of town, dude. How dope. Is that one of y'all? Should be. There's a couple of songs in here. Fire this one specifically.
The great doctor. Silent.
But no, that's where this kind of came from. Biz, I had this idea that like, let me hear. This is one of my favorite things. If you guys have not heard "The Strangest Secret" by Earl Nightingale, I beg all of you to consider, take the time to give it a listen.
Take me higher, baby. Can you feel it?
Oh, we've made some. This is a.
Feel it.
I'm talking about a bopper.
Do you feel the same weed high that I feel? Cause I'm so high. Grief makes you feel that way. And I'm feeling so right. Roll, let's smoke. I got to get high. I've been high since the last song. Off that la 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 la. And I just been smoking and smoking. Yeah. Smoke another blunt, roll another up. You know that weed can really ease your mind. Every time I smoke good reefer, that Indo high makes me fly. If everybody smoked a blunt,
Anyway,
relieve the mind, the world
yeah,
could
it's
be a
been
better place. If everybody took a break and we all just got wasted.
it's been a great night, friends. Do any of my friends playing Pokemon Pocket? ECG? Biz? God, I see you pulling packs over there every once in a while. It makes me so excited. Your Wonder Picks be coming through to me all the time, bruh.
$20 hollers all day.
Every day.
Come around my way, you gon' wanna stay. Weed makes me hungry, happy, and all I can say. Sure, I need some more, don't make me wait. Stay awake, fake sleep, got the weed between the sheets. Catch me, Mary J, bless me, open up the dime, stimulate your mind, slide my thumb up the blunt.
Just be good. Let me
Open up
tell my
and
mama.
what you find in there. You
Damn.
don't really want- I never
Gary, don't
been
be
high
threatening
time,
people with that
never
shit,
been
man.
high, I never
That's some
been
fucked up,
high
scary
times,
shit,
but
bro.
can you tell
You wishing your
me
mama on
I've been
nobody.
so high all my life? Am I
That's terrifying.
high?
She's a wonderful, nice lady.
Am I high enough?
Here you are trying to weaponize her.
Am I high enough?
Listen, you're the only one she needs to be weaponized against.
Really didn't know
Your
what it
little
was.
craziness.
Then I took a puff
That's what I'm saying.
and I realized
Biz, I'm trying to
I
defend
should
you for once.
always stay
Gary
high.
came over here hot than a motherfucker.
Makes me
Gary.
feel alright.
Jeez. You gotta smoke something, bruh. You ever smoked a little bit of Mary Jane? I think now might be a good time to try a little bit of it out. You got some? If not, I'll put some up in the air for you, bro.
If I ain't there when you blaze a blunt smoker, huh? Please think of me. 'Cause you know I smoke.
Alright, one last
good, I like
smoke.
to get high.
No, I'm just gonna do it from the vaping pen. It's a lot easier for me. One last smoke before we go to bed.
Smoking all night.
Bad. I said bad. Before I go to bed, bad. It's gonna get me into the bed. I'm gonna go to bed. It's gonna be bad. I don't.
So high. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, I know
Chi-Town, I have not tried Connect, but it's because the stuff that we had when I got there was like months old, and I have not tried any of it. I don't think we have any left of it either. I've heard a lot of people talk about it being quality, but I have not had the opportunity to try it. So,
I'm on the pavement, thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out, laid off, says he got a bad cough. Wants to get it
48
paid
always
off.
ready
Look
to
out,
get my
kid.
butt
Something
kicked
you
by
did.
her.
God
Good, you
knows,
should
man,
be.
but you're doing it again. You better
Oh,
duck
cheers
down
to
the
you,
alleyway.
Gare Bear.
For a new friend, a man in an old ball cap and a pig pen wants $11 bills. You only got 10. Maggie comes fleet-foot, face full of black soot, talking that the heat put plants in the bed, but the phone's tapped anyway. Maggie says that many say they must bust an early May. Orders from the DA, look out, kid, don't matter what you did. Walk on your tiptoes, don't tie no bows. Better stay away from those that carry around a fire hose. Keep a clean nose, watch the plain clothes. You don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Get sick, get well, hang around an ink well, ring bell, hard to tell if anything is going to
I'm not gonna lie, Drum, this shit really does bop. I get at it pretty often. Oh, we'll talk anytime. Wait. Oh, yeah. Let's talk later. Hi-Town. Yeah, what's up? Now I'm intrigued. I want to know. No, I isn't it the jam, dude? This is some Bob Dylan lyrics that have been retweaked a little bit. Oh, you know what is another here? You know what, Gawani? I'm gonna end you with something that I've listened to this a shat ton of times here recently too. This is almost done. I got you. Listen to that smooth outro there.
When the moon is in the seventh house
And Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planet, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age. Oh, dude, you know when you're in the fucking car and you can really sing the shit out of some shit. I'm trying to get into that fucking little fucking
harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of vision, mystic crystal ray.
All right, my friends. It really has been an absolute pleasure. Good night, Seymour. See you soon. I'll see you sooner than the rest of them. But I do look forward and hopefully getting to see some of you tomorrow, if I'm allowed to make it out, if I get the ability to make it out that way. I hope to see as many people that can make it over to, again, Drummer one more time with the deets on where people can go to the show right before. One more last time, remind people we're a lot of smokers in here. Scrolling up might be a little too hard to find it in between all the messages, but you're gonna send me that song or whatever you were about to send me. Oh, this one right here, bruh. Age of Aquarius, bro. I've listened to this shit like.
Let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, the sun shine in.
I've been getting this one a lot.
Let the
You're like, Wani, you've hit a lot of big wins. I'm an Aquarius also. That's coming up soon. We're like a month away. 1 month. But friends, I appreciate you all very much. Let the sun shine in. Friends, just to the sky. Take it all in. Accept it. You're great. Keep being great. Take the sunshine in. But hey, sunshine in, sunshine out. Bullshit in, bullshit out. It's up to you, friends. Whatever you want to do, let the sun shine in. That's all I'm saying. I love y'all. Thanks again for everything. And that's it. That's it. We're going to turn that off. What we're going to do is...
Avocado, 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 potato, 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 potato.
I just bent over when you said sunshine out. You're wild.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Friends, I love y'all. Appreciate the fuck out of y'all sticking around, hanging out tonight. It has been, honestly, this shit just keeps getting funner and funner. Having these bigger crowds in here, having this interaction like this, a lot of cool ass people in here. Thank you all again. We'll do it next Thursday. Hopefully me and Guap are back on the microphones together soon. There's a lot of good news coming, a lot of wild news that's happening in the cannabis world. If you guys haven't stayed up to it, don't worry about going to seek it. Guap and I will take care of that for you. If you have anything question-wise on the consumption of cannabis or how you can take your health back into your own hands, you know, you can always drop it here in the comments. You can always hit me up wherever you like. Don't forget the like button's there. I don't really know what the fuck it's for. But someday, hopefully, other people get to hear all of us talk about how to be great. I love you all. Thanks again. This has been dope. I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it. And I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peacekeepers, thanks again. You're great people. Every one of you should be smiling and happy and working towards your health and working towards your wealth. If you ever need any assistance or somebody to talk to, peace and love and do the understanding. You know, maybe they're grumpy, but you don't have to be, right? It's okay. Try it one time. Next time, kill him with kindness. You got this. Love y'all. Hanging with Aaron. Just come hang with Aaron and Dave. Ha-ha. One of them motherfuckers never shaves. Ha-ha. All right, here we go. Shouted out this earlier. Yeah, let's go, Gare. I appreciate the fuck out of you. Drive safely if you get in the snow. Uh-oh, don't let the snow get to you. Drive safely no matter what, even if there's snow or no snow. Just don't be a no-show, because that's kind of fucked up. All right, love you all. Bye, peace. Oh, and don't forget.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Yeah. All right. Find the end stream button here one more time.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Oh, hey, check this guy out. Bye.